Know about love. Tell me what you know about what you know about love. What you know about love. What you know about love. What you know. Hella dizzy from the ups and the.
Welcome back to the channel, Struggle Streaming with BK. In today's video, I got another countdown for y'all. Today, we doing Bond No.9's top 5 spring fragrances for 2024. And that video is coming up next after the intro. Alright? I'll see y'all in about 10 seconds. Y'all know what time it is. Let's get it. What up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As y'all know, this Struggle Streaming with BK. And we got the countdown coming up. Before we start, y'all know what time it is. Brother gotta get his bag on. Gotta get my bag on. Alright? We trying to grow the channel. Right? I need you to hit that like and that subscribe, because that's the only way that we can grow the channel, is with y'all help. And y'all don't realize how that algorithm work and how much it helps for me. How much it helps the channel out for you to hit that like, to comment below, or to share this video. That's what make the algorithm go around to other people. So we're gonna take 5 seconds, right? 5 seconds. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Y'all ready? Let's go. Oh wait. Hey y'all. What's up, y'all? This BK. Happy to be back with y'all with this countdown. All right, let's not delay any longer. Let's get it started. All right, y'all. Y'all know when I do my countdowns, right? I normally give y'all an honorable mention. So I'm gonna give y'all an honorable mention. All right, for Bond No.9's top 5 spring fragrances for 2024. And this year's honorable mention is Bond No.9's Hudson Yards. This would have made the top 5 this year, but I'm gonna tell y'all why it's not in a second. But Hudson Yards. Let's talk about Hudson Yards. Y'all like that bottle? I like that bottle. I like that lime. That lime nice right there, right, y'all? But anyway, Hudson Yards. This is a green floral scent from the House of Bond. I like the fragrance. I've talked about it a lot. Well, not a lot, but I've talked about this fragrance a little bit on my channel. I believe in my countdown, this came in at number 45. I believe this was number 45 on my countdown of Bond No.9 top scents. And like I explained in that video, it's hella feminine. And that's why I don't got it in my top 5, because I'm a dude. And I know I have women on my channel, so I like to throw the unisex fragrances up there, or even fragrances like this like basically straight perfume. And I'm a dude who will tell you in a heartbeat, like, ain't nothing wrong with wearing unisex fragrances, right? But this one right here is straight female. I mean, like 90%, 95% feminine, maybe 5% masculine. Like I said earlier, it's a floral scent. It's strong floral. And me personally, I'm not a fan of florals. So I'm not really a fan of most spring fragrances, y'all, because I'm just not a floral person. But the Hudson Yards does something a little bit different. It smells floral. Wait, no. It is floral. It smells just like flowers, but it's more like sweet flowers. Flowers stink to me. They just do. But this one is more of a sweet floral taste. Damn, did I say taste? Sweet floral smell. Unlike most florals, right? It's another one on the list like this. I'm gonna get to it in the countdown that I recommend, that I like a little bit better than Hudson Yards. But anyway, this one here is for my ladies mostly. All right, y'all. All right, honorable mention. And Bond No.9's top 5 spring fragrances is Hudson Yards. Let me get this over here. Move the aqua out the way. So y'all can see that. Y'all can see that. Boom. Hudson Yards. All right, let's go. Coming in at number 5 on Bond number 9's top spring fragrances is Bond number 9's Dubai Jade. Dubai Jade. Y'all like that bottle, right? Y'all know about them Dubais, right? I love the presentation of the Dubais to make you feel bossy, make you feel rich. All right, so what we're gonna talk about Dubai Jade. Dubai Jade is another green fragrance from the House of Bond. This came in number 27 on my Bond number 9 top fragrances. It's another awesome smelling fragrance from the House of Bond. I mean, like, if you talk about smell test alone, this is definitely in my top 15 as far as like just smell test alone. I have a couple things that bother me about Dubai Jade. Okay, one, it's a feminine fragrance, which doesn't bother me, but it leans too far to the feminine side. And I mean, maybe like 75-25 on the feminine side. But you can still pull this off as a dude, right? But it's a sweet smelling fragrance, and you have to know that. It's a fresh green smelling fragrance, but it does lean feminine because it's very sweet. The second problem I have with Jade is the fact that it only gives me 4 hours of longevity on my skin. And that's rare for Bond number 9. And that's really rare for the Dubai series. Because the Dubais, they last you 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, some 20 hours, right? You get that black sapphire, you get that amber and that emerald, like you spray that on, you spray it on your clothes, it's on your clothes the next day, right? It's that strong. So for what you pay for this, and for y'all who don't know, the Dubai collection is $600 a bottle. For what you pay for that, I just can't. It frustrates me. But this is an awesome spring smelling fragrance. If you got a date night or something like that, male or female, and you spray this on, you are going to get complimented. Like your significant other is going to like the way you smell. This is an awesome smelling fragrance for the spring, right? But if you're a male like me, I just want to warn you that it is sweet. It's a sweet, fresh, green smelling fragrance. All right, y'all. All right, so number 5 is Bond number 9's Dubai Jade. Coming in at number 4 on our Bond number 9 top spring fragrances is Bond number 9's V Bowy. V Bowy. All right. What can we say about this fragrance? All right. This fragrance right here was created in 2003. It's one of the original releases for Bond number 9. This one was discontinued for a while. I want to say probably like 2014. They had stopped making it. When they brought the originals back out last year, this wasn't one of them at first. You know, it was the Riverside Drive, the New Harlem, the Chelsea Flowers, the Park Avenue. You know, I know I'm missing one because they had brought back 5 out originally. But anyway, they brought some of the original fragrances back out. Still ain't got hot always. But anyway, they brought some of the original fragrances back out. And this wasn't one of them. But recently, this just started popping back up on the Bond number 9 website. I want to say like 2 months ago. Maybe 2-3 months ago. So it's always been hit or miss with V Bowy being in stock. But now they have it in stock. I checked it before I started this video tonight, and they have it back in stock. You can cop this for $310. And as you know, most Bond number 9s cost $465, $450, around that range. Okay. When they brought the originals back out, they tried to keep the prices similar to what they used to be when they first came out. So I commend Bond for that. But if you get Riverside Drive or New Harlem, something like that, they still 365. But New Bowery is 310 for the 100 milliliter, and I believe it was 275 for the 1.7. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it was 275. This is a fresh fragrance. It's not really floral. Not to me. I don't get the floral from it. It's mainly lime and basil, right? This is a lime and basil. This is a lime and basil masterpiece, right? I like this fragrance a lot, especially in the springtime, because it does something really weird. If you seen me talk about Riverside Drive, how Riverside Drive go on, and it's, when you first smell it, it's tarty, but on a dry down, like it's like immaculate. It gets the tartness out the way, that basil and the lime and stuff out the way. This one hits you straight up with the basil and the lime, but for some reason it doesn't smell tarty. It smells sweet at first, right? It does the opposite of Riverside Drive to me. Like, once this starts to dry down, like 5-6 hours later, like, I noticed it on my clothes, then you start to get the tarty smell. And I think that's because the lime been on you so long. But that's what it does for me. But I've seen other reviewers talk about this, and they talk about not with it being a strong lime smell, that it might be a turnoff. So I would recommend people to get your nose on this first to try it. This is one of those, you know how you got acquired taste? This is an acquired smell right here, right? You either, I believe, in my opinion, you either gonna love this, right, or you're gonna hate it, right? But y'all know me, I like stinky stuff like patchouli and stuff like that. So, you know, this is right up my alley. I love this for the springtime because it's fresh. It got that lime and it's nice. Also, I want to bring up this. This fragrance does different things as far as when I spray it on my skin and when I spray it on my clothes, right? If I spray it on my clothes, I get 10 hours easily on it, right? But not only that, on my clothes, I get that tart smell after about 6 hours, right? With it being on my clothes. On my skin, I get 5 strong hours up front of this, right? With decent projection. I still get 10 hours, maybe 10 hours of longevity, but the last 5 hours, it becomes a skin scent. But don't let that scare you off, right? I don't mean like it don't become that skin scent that you can barely smell. You can still smell it. It's just, it reminds me of body wash. It reminds me of body wash after it's been on my skin for like 5 hours. But it doesn't do that on my clothes. If I spray it on my shirt, right, it lasts, right? It don't turn into the skin scent, but it get tardy after about six hours, I would say, right? This is definitely a bitter green fragrance. I know the bottle got a yellow tag on it, right? And the juice is, I don't see the juice. It's kind of yellowish green. I'm gonna get into the notes for this. I'm gonna read them off for y'all, so y'all get some idea. But it starts off. It got some lime. It got the basil. We got some bergamot, oak moss, lily, mandarin, vetiver, violet leaf, and some patchouli inside of it. That patchouli is definitely in the base, and I think the lime mixed with the patchouli is what give it that stinky vibe once it cooled down. And when I say stinky, I don't mean like it smells bad. I mean like it's a bitter smell. It's like a bitter. You got to try this to understand what I'm talking about. And if you smelled this before, please leave a comment below, right? So maybe y'all can explain it better. But I love the way this smells in the springtime. So number 4 on the list is Bond number 9's New Bowery. Next up on our Bond number 9 top 5 spring fragrances is Number 3, everybody's favorite bottle of Bond number 9. That is Bleer Street. Bleer Street. But of course, if we talking about Bond number 9, we talking about the spring. I'm assuming everybody know Bleer Street gonna be on the list. People know that I'm not like a huge fanboy of Bleer Street, right? My issues with it, I don't get the projection that everyone else seems to get with it in their reviews, and longevity, where I only get maybe, I ain't even gonna say the longevity because I get like 8 hours, but it's a light projection with those 8 hours. You know, most Bond number 9s for $465, you know, I expect you to smell me. And I just don't get that with Bleer Street. It don't pop like that. But the fragrance, and I've come to realize that it's just my skin with Bleer Street. All right. It's a reason it's on the list, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But it's just my skin don't pop. Bleer Street don't pop off my skin. It's just me. Because I've seen this countless reviews of Bleer Street, and everybody loves it, and everybody talks about the projection and what it does and the compliments they get, and those have not been my experiences with it. But I love the way it smells. Okay, this is an awesome green fragrance from the House of Bond, right? I think it came in number 32 in my Bond number 9 top scents. It reminds me of Bond number 9's 1 Million Lucky, right? I think I've said that in my review of the fragrance. Not necessarily the smell of Bleer Street, but like the age group of men who would wear this. By the way, this is not a unisex fragrance. It's a male fragrance. Maybe 75-25 masculine. I can see a woman throwing this on because it's green, so I can see women pulling this off. They wanted to wear it, but it is a masculine fragrance. But like I was saying, how it reminds me of 1 Million Lucky, it reminds me of a younger dude fragrance. And maybe that's why it doesn't do it for me. But you're talking about from a smell and far as everybody else's opinion of Bleer Street, this is probably top 3 from the House of Bond that people talk about, like on the internet, on YouTube. Bleer Street. Everybody loves Bleer Street. All right, they talk about the blueberries. I'm gonna get into the notes. So we got the blueberries, of course. We got the violet leaf. We got the cassis. There's some jasmine, some patchouli, some oak moss, some vanilla, and some caramel in here. All right, so there's some caramel in here too. So it's a nice, sweet, green, fresh fragrance from the House of Bond, right? And if you looking in on this review, I'm sure you know about Bond number 9. And if you know about Bond number 9, I know you know about the Joker bottle. All right, that's what we call it, the Joker bottle. I know you know about Bleer Street. So coming in at number 3 on Bond number 9's top spring fragrances for 2024 is Bleer Street. All right, y'all, we getting down to the end. All right, coming up, number 2 on our list of Bond number 9's top fragrances for 2024 is Bond number 9's Anybody know what that is? Y'all know what that is? Not a lot of people know what this is right here. All right, not a lot of people know what that is right there. Anybody know what that is? Y'all can probably read it, right? But this is Bond number 9, Spring Fling. All right. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. Water break. Bond number 9's Spring Fling. Woo! All right, y'all. This bottle right here is the epitome of what I think spring should smell like. Okay? Spring should smell like. It's considered a unisex fragrance, but I will warn you fellas, this leans feminine. It does. maybe 70-30. But for me, this is one of my guilty pleasures. I said I was going to do a guilty pleasure countdown. I'm going to get to that one day too. But this is definitely in my guilty pleasures list, right? It smells. Let me get to the notes. Let's do the notes so you'll understand why I say what I say about guilty pleasure. All right. In Spring Fling, we have Lily of the Valley. You got passion flowers, honeysuckle, jasmine, musk, amber, and freesia. It starts off. It's a floral fragrance, like most of these on the list, but it's a sweet floral fragrance, right? It's even sweeter than Hudson Yards, but where Hudson Yards is more floral, but smells a little sweet. This is more of a sweet fragrance with a little bit of floral in it. And I know, judging by the notes, the jasmine, the flowers, and the lily of the valley, you might think floral. No, this is a more sweet. I'm saying sweet floral, but the floral is 20% floral, 80% sweet. Right? This is a nice smelling fragrance. Okay. I got to do my cons to it. My only cons to this fragrance is the fact that it's 70% feminine, and I only get 6 hours of longevity on it. Far as projection wise, it doesn't project out a lot, right? This is one of those fragrances that you can wear to the office with no problem, and you ain't got to worry about anybody complaining about you drowning anybody out or things like that. But cold weather kills this fragrance. You can't wear it in the cold. Like, the cold eats it up. It just doesn't project out. But in the springtime, the summer as well, when it warms up and you get some heat behind this, that honeysuckle and that jasmine with that amber. The amber in that base, because the amber in the base notes, by the way, y'all. Did I say that? I don't know if I did. I didn't. But the sweetness in this fragrance is so nice. I like wearing this fragrance around this time of year, right? A couple sprays is all it take. Well, maybe if you're one of them dudes, you can. This is one you can hit yourself 4 or 5 times and it won't be a problem because it doesn't project out. But people will smell you. This is one of those office fragrances, or one of those fragrances where it's a one-on-one with you and your girl, or you and your dude, right? If y'all can be close to each other, this is a nice, pleasant, sweet, floral fragrance to have on, okay? And it comes in at number 2 on our top spring fragrances for 2024, and that is Bond No. 9's Spring Fling. Oh, wait. Before we cut Spring Fling, I wanted to show y'all the presentation because I love this box. This is the box that Spring Fling come in, right? You get the big, fat, thick one, unlike the Bond No. 9s and stuff. And they give you this big old flower inside this big, deep old box and stuff. I just thought that was kind of cool, right? Even though it don't smell like flowers to me. And I know it got like 4 different floral notes, but it does not smell like flowers. Like, it's very sweet. And to my nose, I know people say they love flowers and they smell sweet. Flowers do not smell sweet to me. They stink. But this is a nice, Bond No. 9 did a very nice job with Spring Fling. And it's one of my guilty pleasures. And I don't care. Call me zesty. Call me whatever y'all want. I love Spring Fling. I like it a lot, y'all. And it comes in at number 2 on my list this year. Last, but certainly not least, or maybe I should say first, hey, our top fragrance for the 2024 Bond No. 9 Top Spring Scents is none other than Mrs. Sweetness herself. Bond No. 9's Greenwich Village. Okay? Greenwich. We calling it Greenwich. Mrs. Sweetness. Mrs. Sweetness she's made a couple of my top lists. I believe she came in at number 13 in my overall Bond No.9 top fragrances. Was it 12? 12 or 13? I think it's 13. I don't know. I'll have to go back and check. But she's been on this bottle has been on my page several times. So I'm not gonna go too deep in it. Y'all know I'm trying to keep the videos 15 minutes. It ain't gonna happen, but probably around 20 on this one. But what I will say about this is this fragrance is one of Bond No.9's best smelling fragrances. All right, it's a gourmand fragrance. It smells so good. Like, I know y'all get tired of me hearing me say that, but it smells. This, boy, when I talk about this, it just makes me, you know what? Never pass up an opportunity to smell some Greenwich Village. Boy. Man, that smell, boy. I've had this fragrance for several years now. It came out in 2019. Definitely 2019. It was before the pandemic. So I believe it's 2019 when this dropped. And when it dropped, the internet went crazy over this bad boy right here. I tell you, like, everybody was talking about Greenwich Village. I'll get to the notes in a second. It gives me 10 hours of longevity. It gives you a nice, strong projection. This fragrance could be your signature scent. You could wear it year round. But it is designed for the spring. I think it does better in the spring as far as projection, longevity, etc. It's strong enough to make it through the summer. I mean, it's strong enough to make it through the winter. The cool fall days, you will have no problem with this fragrance. But it was designed, man, hey, if you don't got this, you need to get your nose on. I love smelling this fragrance, y'all. Like, I got half a bottle left. And y'all know how many fragrances I own. And I love this thing. I love smelling this fragrance. But like I said, it gives me 8 to 10 hours of longevity. I mean, easily, no issue with that. Spray it on in the morning, you'll be good through the whole work day. The projection is nice. It smells great. It smells amazing. People love this fragrance. I've never heard anybody complain about this. Like, you probably could find 500 reviews. Maybe not. You could definitely find 100 reviews of this on YouTube. Okay, and I don't think I've ever seen a negative review for Bond No.9's Greenwich Village. All right, like, I mean, like, none. And that's rare. That's rare for a fragrance where everyone likes it. Everyone loves it. It's a unisex fragrance. It leans feminine to me. One of those 60-40, 55-45s. But this is a true unisex fragrance where a male can wear it or a female can wear it, and no one will think the latter of it. Like, it's just an extremely great smelling fragrance. I do the notes. Up in here we got some cassis, some lychee, some mandarin, it's some patchouli, some jasmine, praline, oak moss, vanilla, and what else? I know I'm forgetting something. Peach musk is up in here. I know I said vanilla already. I'm probably missing something because it's probably a good 15, 16 notes in here. If I miss something, I'm sorry. I'll put it up. You know what? I'm going to go back on the video. I'm going to put all the notes up when I read them off in case I forgot. But this is an awesome smelling fragrance. To me, it works best in the spring, right? You won't go wrong wearing this. The price point for this is $460 now at Bond No.9. You can find it secondhand because it's everywhere. You will probably only pay $230, $240 for it, right? It's definitely worth it, right? This is one of those, y'all know me, Mr. Saks, Mr. Get It from Bond No.9 and all that. This is definitely worth the $460, right? And A lot of bottles of cologne ain't worth $500. This one is to me, right? I love this, and I know my financial situation is different from a lot of people, right? Where people can't just go out and spend $500 on a bottle of cologne. But if I was a little bit poorer, I'd still go out and buy a bottle. I save up, or I'll put this mug on Afterpay or Affirm or Klarna or Shop something. I put it on something like layaway, whatever I got to do. But nah, you can get it secondhand. You probably spend between $200 and $250 secondhand because it's everywhere. And I bet if I looked, I ain't even about to Google. I'm trying to keep the video up. But you could probably find it cheaper. I bet you if you really look, you could probably find it for like $175, right? Because it's everywhere. But it smells amazing, okay? Bond number 9's Greenwich Village is our top spring fragrance for 2024, all right? All right, y'all. So there you have it. All right, this is our countdown for Bond number 9's top fragrances for the spring of 2024. Honorable mention, we had Bond number 9, Hudson Yards. Coming in at number 5, we had Bond number 9's Dubai Jade, another great smelling green fragrance. Coming in at number 4, we had Bond number 9's Nouveau Bowery, which is a nice one, y'all. A nice one. Number 3, we have Bond number 9's Superstar, Bleer Street. Number 2, we had my guilty pleasure, Bond number 9, Spring Fling. Please get y'all nose on this, all right? You can find this secondhand for like $125, y'all. All right? It only come in 3.3, though. I think it come in 1.7. But go look for it, okay? Spring Fling. And number 1, all right, for Bond number 9's best spring smelling fragrance, y'all, is Sweetness herself. Bond number 9's Greenwich Village, all right? And this is our top 5 fragrances for the spring of 2024, all right? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's time for me to get up out of here. My alarm going off. Time to get to going. I'll holler at y'all on the next one. All right. Struggle Streaming with BK, and I'm out. Peace.
What you know about love, what you know. Hella dizzy from the ups and the downs and the rounds and rounds.